Hello, my HQT buys, and today we have a special guest with us, an unwanted one at that, the Beast from the East. Just say no to the snow. It's supposedly the coldest February weather we've had in 5 years. Wrap up my Scandinavian and Eastern Euro friends. I hear that you guys have it the worst. France and the UK aren't feeling too toasty either, that's for sure. I'm Sharon Carpenter and it is cold out there. I am your Reine de la Neige, your snow queen of quizzing, and I'm about to warm you all up with a tasty teapot of trivia and some sweet, sweet cash. Tell me in the chat where you're playing from right now. How's the weather where you are? Hopefully you've avoided the belly of the beast of the East. This, of course, is HQ Trivia coming to you live in GMT. You already know the rules. 12 questions from easy to hard. 10 seconds to answer each one. Answer all 12. And you're the king or queen of the Winter Carnival. You know why you're here. The thrill of trivia, the chance of savagery, and of course the $750 divine dollars. That's enough to stay home and get everything delivered to your door until the big freeze and maybe even winter is over, from food to fairy liquids. All right, who is ready to play? Let's plow. Q1. Baby, Posh and Scary are nicknames of members of which music act? Space Girls, Seasoning Babies, Spice Girls. Baby, Posh and Scary? Which music act? You know this one. We sung their songs into our hairbrushes. But which one were you pretending to be? The source of 90s girl power. It's the Spice Girls, of course. The Spice Girls for the win. 31,738 of you spicing things up here on Q1. Now, the three other members of this super girl group were Ginger, Sporty, and Sharon Spice. Yep, that's the story I'm sticking with. Q2, who's ready? Which of these challenges became an online sensation in 2014 and 2015? Chicken Bucket Challenge, Rice Truck Challenge, Ice Bucket Challenge. How challenging is this question right now? Finding a bucket's worth of KFC last week would have been pretty sensational, but this challenge was much, much cooler. The Ice Bucket Challenge. Big sensation. 31,097 of you breaking the ice. Now, what started as a bravery challenge quickly blossomed into a viral charity drive, raising over $115 million for ALS research and care. That was pretty epic. Q3, in which city is the famous Copacabana Beach? Barcelona, Sydney, Rio de Janeiro. Not the nightclub, the beach. Copacabana. Wish I was on the beach right now. The Aussies love their nicknames, but Little Princess of the Sea doesn't sound like one of theirs. Brazil's Bonza Beach is in Rio de Janeiro. It's a Brazilian beach, of course. 27,745 of you. Life's a beach for you guys. Now, the beach stretches over 5 kilometers, plenty of space to get a Brazilian tan, even if you don't have that Brazilian bod quite yet. HQTs, this is the real question right now. What is your favorite beach? Where should every snowbound person be right now? Sunning and funning. Azure Coast, Gold Coast, Malibu, Miami. Who wants to meet me in Barbados? What do you think? Which beach should we be on right now? Let's travel to Q4. In human anatomy, which bone translates to basin from Latin? Pelvis, skull, humerus. Which bone translates to basin? Pelvis, skull, or humerus? Despite the Latin name, it's probably a bad idea to do the washing up with this body part. Hip in every language is pelvis. Pelvis translates to basin. 19,355 of you thrusting on to the next round. A water closet fan. Elvis may have popped his clogs on the toilet, but he lived his life shaking his basin and loving every minute of it. Q5. Polka Gris is a striped peppermint candy from which country? Sweden, Turkey, Poland. Polka Gris. Striped peppermint candy from where? I have one of those in my pocket right now. You see a lot of these around the holidays. Tiny snowmen and gingerbread ladies using them as walking sticks or canes. It's from Sweden. That's where you find Polka Gris. 6,786 of you got that right. A lot of you thought Poland right there. We lost over 10,000 of you in one foul swoop. Wow, they were originally red and white like candy canes. There's a whole Swedish town with this theme. But Runaway Kids is a trap. Q6. Moving on to Q6. Before the tradition ended in 1970, what drink was given to Royal Navy sailors for 300 years? Rum, gin, whiskey. 300 years of one of these types of alcohol. That's a lot of alcohol right there. It was meant to keep the crew in line but left them unable to walk, serve straight but ending up on the rocks. It's rum. 300 years worth of rum. 5,371 of you deserve shots all around, all early, but still. This morale-boosting shot of rum was announced with a cry of "Up spirits!" Further proof that pun-based plans are a terrible idea. There are definitely some beach bums out there in the chat right now. Brighton Beach, Bamberg Beach, Burundi Beach, Western Beach, lots of beaches, Nicaragua, Isle de la Maze getting called out in the chat as well. Can we all go? Meet me over there after the game. Q7, which surrealist helped create the branding of a world-famous Spanish lollipop? Frida Kahlo, Salvador Dali, Pablo Picasso. A world-famous Spanish lollipop. I don't know which is more surreal, his paintings or that he designed the Chupa Chups logo. This mustachioed madman himself, Salvador Dali. Chupa Chups, could you believe that? 3,980 of you have a sweet win right there. Dali wasn't alone though. Madonna advertised Chupa Chups in the 80s, becoming the queen of pop and lollipops. What a coincidence. Q8. What is the name given to the art of making clocks and timepieces? Heuristics, chronography, horology. Making clocks and timepieces. What's the name of that art? As the name suggests, chronography has something to do with time, but only when it's already passed. Shock horror is horology. That's what we were looking for. 1,888 of you on time with that question right there. They may understand the intricate workings of a clock, but even horologists have no idea what to do with an Apple Watch. Do you? Q9. Musician Gautier went back to which old band after his superstar breakthrough in 2011? Downstairs, Pajama Club, The Basics. Gautier went back to the old band after his breakthrough. Where were you in 2011 when he took over the world, and where did he disappear to after that? He went back to The Basics. His old band, The Basics. 837 of you making your own music here on Q9. Now, if you were in London, Paris, LA, or the tiniest town in Sicily, you heard Somebody That I Used to Know non-stop. Gautier or Goat-nay? Q10, which range of Soviet spacecraft had a name that translates as Union? Vostok, Mir, Soyuz. Vostok, Mir, or Soyuz? Name translates as Union. The Soviets' other Union may have crumbled, but this one is still going strong. Buckle up. It's the Soyuz. Soyuz for the win right there. 404 of you are still strapped into this game. NASA may have put a man on the moon first, but the Soyuz was in it for the long run. It's now the only way to get to or from the International Space Station. Only mode of transport. Q11. Almost there, guys. In athletics, what's the penultimate event in the men's decathlon? 1,500 meters, javelin, long jump. The penultimate event in the men's decathlon. 10 events over 2 days must be knackering. Even the athletes probably struggle to remember the order. Hopefully your penultimate answer is their penultimate event. It's javelin, guys. Javelin for the win on this one. 142 players left in the game. On your marks, get set. We are moving on to the final event. Here we go, ladies and gents. 142 players left in the game. 700 big bucks up for grabs. Who's going to take it home today? Q12. Which of these icons would be the oldest if they were alive today? John F. Kennedy, Richard Attenborough, Marilyn Monroe. If they were alive today, which icon would be the oldest? Only one made it past their prime, but who would be the eldest of these icons if we were still blessed with their presence? Attenborough was a star for decades. Monroe shined bright in the 50s. JFK in the 60s. Born in 1917, who would be 101 right now? JFK for the win. And we have 84 winners, my darlings. What an incredible game! 84 winners. Congratulations to each and every single one of you. We've got Xavier the Penguin. It's Finn, looking a little foxy there. Each of you guys taking home $8.93 today. What are you guys going to do with that cash? You definitely have to save up for tickets for the Spice Girls reunion. If and when that happens, that's going to be epic. You could sponsor a friend to chuck ice over their heads for your own fun and for a good cause. So much you could do with the cash. David Riss, Dawson's Week, Overrated Dev. All of you guys, big congrats. Well done to all of you that survived 12 rounds of cold questions, especially our winners. No broken bones on that ski trip, thankfully, although we had a few crash landings there. I'm Sharon Carpenter. You can catch me on the socials right here. Send me some pics of your snowy situation, and we'll feature the best ones on the show tonight. Okay, send those in. We're back, of course, at 9 p.m. GMT to hit the slopes again. Until then, I'll be huddled near a fireplace somewhere, keeping my tootsies warm. Stay safe out there, guys, and I'll see you in a few. Bye.